Yeah. Okay, hello and welcome. My name is Audrey and this is my mother Helen, and today we are going to be showing you how to build these little tufted panels that will eventually become a wall-to-wall tufted headboard. So I actually built this prototype over a year ago, and I have since moved, and now I'm finally at the point where I want these supplies out of my closet and this headboard to actually be built. So all we're doing is attaching some velvet fabric to an art canvas with some foam and some batting to make this really awesome panel. So we only need about 10 more.
Here is a better look at the foam. I cut these pieces to size over a year ago using an electric turkey knife. It's a like Black & Decker kind of kitchen gadget. And at this point, the only thing I really need to keep doing to finalize all of the prep work is to cut the remaining pieces of fabric to size. I managed to strike gold at Joann's this time last year when I bought this fabric for 50% off. It was already in the sales section at only $12 a yard, but I made it all the way down to $6, meaning I only spent about 50 bucks on fabric. In a project like this, the fabric is typically going to make or break your project when it comes to how much it's going to cost. Here is the overview of all of the supplies: the batting, the fabric, the foam, and the art canvases. Only thing I need to do now is get them all outside and put it all together.
What Helen and I are doing today is taking a simple canvas from the craft store, 16 by 20, a piece of foam, which I already cut out to match the dimensions, a piece of batting, or like the inner quilt fabric stuff, just to soften the edges a little bit. And finally, a piece of nice fabric to enclose the whole thing. And from there, you're gonna get one of these. Toughest part is folding over the corners, which we are still trying to perfect, but we will teach you how we're doing it today. We are using the trusty staple gun and the air compressor to staple all of these layers to the canvas. And I am just stapling to the little under lip of this canvas. I have no memory as to how I did the corners.
These pesky corners of these panels truly became the hardest part of this project. As I mentioned before, I don't remember how I did these a year ago, so it was a bunch of trial and error that my mother and I were going through, trying to find a standard way to complete these corners. The best tip I can give you for this portion is just to keep everything as taut as possible as you staple, and to get rid of as much fabric as possible, just to keep the back nice and clean for when you hang it up on your wall.
Okay, and then that is, you're gonna fold over diagonally about 45 degrees onto the side that you want the fold to be on, and then all the extra fabric you can just gather up and get it to flatten down as best you can. And then from there, it's really just cutting out all the excess, like even this right here, because this is all going to be up against the wall.
I have not specifically mentioned this in this video yet, but I do intend for this to be part one of a two-part series. This portion being the creating of the panel, and the second video will be actually hanging the panels up in my guest bedroom. So two-part video series as to how to make this headboard.
So in all honesty, we have been working through these because these corners, getting them to fold over the way we want them to, has been harder than expected. Here is a view of them from the side. As you can see, they look great. I just swear to you that every single time I
fold a corner over, I do it slightly differently. So I've been trying to figure out how to do it in a standard way so I could show it to you all. Okay, so like as you can see, this one doesn't look anything like this one, and I don't really know how to standardize it, but I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, especially because look at these two edges. Like one is 45 and this one's probably like closer to like 20, like 30. But you're not going to be able to see the sides for the most part when they're hanging on the wall. So this really should not be that big of an issue. And now we just have one more to go. Yeah, because then I got this like weird, oh, wow. Oh, see, I don't even know what's happening.
It's like they've got a mind.
Like every single one is different than the last.
There's been a lot of them.
Thank you. Oh, that was it. Wow, I just figured it out. That was it. Okay, so you cut your slit diagonal.
Yeah.
Get all that excess out on the underside. Then when you go to wrap around, you cut a slit straight down.
Oh.
Like I think that would be. I would. It is literally the last one, and I think I just figured it out for real. So those ones look pretty even.
Woo!
Here are my 12 panels. I am so thrilled with how these came out. Like I said, I was a little frustrated throughout trying to figure out these corners and make like a standard way to make them. But at the end of the day, if you just think about them like wrapping a really nice Christmas gift. So, really keeping the fabric taut, folding it over at a 45-degree angle, almost like a hospital corner on a bed. And then just making sure that you've got proficient amount of staples to keep it all together. This is what your panels will look like if this is something that you are interested in creating for yourself. Another point is these do not have to be 16 by 20. They could be any size that you want to help fit it to the wall that you have in your home that you're thinking of making a personalized headboard for. Now, my mother had to leave. Our visit came to an end, sadly. She'll be back soon, and I hope by the time she is back, I have my guest bedroom put together with this headboard on one of the walls so she can actually be the one to enjoy it. I do need to do a couple things in here, probably maybe paint the walls before I actually install this headboard. The point of this headboard is because it was made with art canvases, it makes for an easy hanging on whichever wall you choose. So that is my whole point on this. So hopefully that rings true when I actually try to hang it up on the wall. So thank you so much for watching. Again, please stick around for part 2 when that comes out for the actual installation of the headboard. And yeah, please like this video if you liked it, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate all the engagement that you guys give me. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.